DoorDash driver mama, Andrea TV here, coming to you on a Monday. You want to know, does DoorDash driver acceptance rate matter? We are doing this in 2024, and I must say it does, at least in most markets. It is the platinum system now, where if you are not a platinum dasher, you will have to schedule your hours to work. So in my market, I make sure I am a platinum dasher. That means I maintain at least a 70 and above acceptance and a 95 or above completion rate. I started off this morning with a 71% acceptance rate, and I did an order. Well, I didn't do an order. I accepted an order, $3.75 going 0.6 miles. And the person did not tip, or they tipped $1, and it was raining hard. Right now it stopped, but it was raining. You needed a rain jacket or an umbrella. So while I was waiting for that order, I would have delivered it, but I received an Uber Eats at the same time. That was for $27 and 5 miles and change. I took that instead and unassigned the DoorDash. But now it was the lunchtime. I logged on like usual, 10:36 a.m. They sent one order, also $3.75, someone who tipped $0 to $1. I immediately unassigned. So now my completion rate is down to 97%, and I should still be at 71% acceptance rate. It doesn't change as you are working during your shift or block like it used to, so I won't know for sure until I log off and log back on. But I am not letting it go below 70%. But even at 71 or 72, I am not in place to receive the best orders. I am in the large order program. I was before the platinum came into effect. I watched 2 people go into the salad spot, take their big bag large orders. I've also watched a few people take some individual orders, and the person sitting in front of me had a double order before I received my order. It is now 11:17 a.m. We have our first order we're taking for the day, $15, 2 pickups, 2 drop-offs, 3.3 miles. We are grateful. Let's go get them. It indeed is a slow, rainy Monday. I'm thinking it's Wednesday. It feels like a Wednesday. This is crazy. It is now 12:40 p.m. After dropping off that last order. We waited a few minutes and we have our next. It is on DoorDash. $7 with a plus sign. We're getting one person lunch. They're getting a salad, chips, and a Diet Coke, and we're bringing it less than 2 miles. Let's hope to get an add-on. It is now 1:15. We have taken our next DoorDash order. I forget the dollar amount, but it's going 3.9 miles out of the zone. Uber Eats is going off like crazy. All of the orders not worth it. They want you to do batches for under $8 or $8 and going more than 5 miles. You can hear it going off again. We're gonna go get some more salads and deliver, hoping for a DoorDash. So the first customer, we're picking up a salad, kale Caesar salad with steak. And then the second customer is at a berries and bowls place that has one acai bowl with no honey and a PB&J slice, 1 slice of peanut butter and jelly. I guess that's a healthy lunch. Let's hope it's ready. So we are back on the avenue. It is 12:07. And we are still showing 71%. I ended that last dash just so you can see how long it took me to get that second order. That was like an hour and 12 minutes, and I only made $15. It did not go up. Both customers tipped well because they both only got 1 or 2 items. But we are back on the avenue. Once you learn your market, you'll learn not to drive past certain places. I drove past this deli to get back to the avenue, and I was like, I probably shouldn't. I should probably stay on the main avenue because they're probably going to send me to this deli that is always not ready during lunch. And typically the people who order from here do not tip well. Not all of them, but most of them. And I said, no, I have the green turning light. I'm going to go ahead and take the local back road. I got an order for this deli. $6.75 with a plus, and it's only 1.3 miles. So even if it takes a little while, it should be worth it. Let's go get it. And we have dropped off that last order. It went to $7.75. Thank you, Miss Customer. And we have our next order. It is not on DoorDash. It is on Uber Eats. We could not pass it up. $7 and change, I believe $7.45 for 0.6 miles. 2 items. They're getting a grilled cheese and tomato basil soup times 2. Something warm on this cold, rainy day. Now, with acceptance rate for DoorDash, it is not required that you maintain any acceptance rate. You do not have to be a gold or silver, gold, or platinum dasher to receive orders. But the frequency in which you receive orders and the type of orders you receive will be affected. There is some people that I have come to know over my time DoorDashing that have became deactivated at a time and had to start over, and they're starting back from zero. And to get to that first 100, it is a long haul because they are sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting for DoorDash to send them the bottom of the barrel orders that everyone else has already declined. It's not a good position to be in, but it can work. I saw someone last week. I was picking up a regular order, $6.75, going less than 3 miles, and it was a regular order. A fish taco and some chips and guac. And he was getting a large bag. And I asked him, he said he had just started. And he asked something about my acceptance rate or something like that. No, he told me he had to schedule and he couldn't get on till 11 o'clock. Mind you, remember, I was just sitting and waiting 10:36 to 11 something before I got an order I was willing to accept. He couldn't start till 11 a.m. because he is not in the platinum system at all. He only takes orders that are good for him, and he makes some money. He may be part-time or full-time. I didn't ask him. Right now I'm a full-time dasher, but he got a large order. He was at that store or closer to that store, and he most likely was already grandfathered in with the large order program. That's another thing. When they opened up the platinum and people kept complaining because some areas they said you weren't allowed to be a large order program dasher because they had enough, they eventually let everyone in, but the people who are or weren't grandfathered still only get the large orders when there's no one else around that was already grandfathered in. So he most likely has been doing this a while and was grandfathered in, and he received the larger order than me. A big bag they had to staple like 6 or 8 times to make sure it wasn't going to bust open when he carried it away. So it's not a requirement, but you have to figure out your market, how busy it is, how many dashers they have. Some markets you can get away with it. If you're only part-time or you do this for side money, you can get away with it. Or if you are full-time like me, you can't afford to spend hours upon hours with no orders and getting hungry, okay? So let's go pick up this Uber Eats. And that last order remained $11.25. Thank you, Mr. Customer. And when you're at my acceptance rate, which is still 71%, after 5 orders on DoorDash, we accepted 5. Well, actually, we accepted, I believe, 7. We did unassigned 2 of them after waiting 10 minutes, and we flat out declined 1 of them. But after working 5 orders for the day, we are still at 71% acceptance rate, and we must have also lost and gained a completion because we're still at 98% completion. I find the sweet spot where you can decline the ones that you really don't want and still not be in their bottom of the platinum level pool of orders is between 74 and above. If you can stay there, that is a very more comfortable place. And from people who have gone to 99 and 100%, I can let you know that's not the best place to be also, because all of the orders that everyone is platinum but still declining because they're too far or not good, you're going to get those first. If you're okay with driving around and seeing the sights and you want to start a YouTube car channel where you just show the road in front of you, okay, but 100% and 99% is not good in my market either. Hopefully this helps you if you are a new dasher to judge and to experiment with what is going to be the best acceptance rate for you to make the most money while you are out here on these roads. And as always, I wish you large tips, no waits, and short distances. Almost forgot to give my totals. So we logged on about 9 a.m. Again, we accepted that $3.75 DoorDash. We were sitting at 71%. So we didn't want to go down to 70. That's even worse. So we accepted it, and while we were waiting it out to unassign, we received a $27 Uber Eats, and then we logged off after completing that one and waited for lunch. I break about 10:15 and wait for 10:36. That's when the lunch orders start. The stores open 10:45, so 10:36, that's when they'll hit. For the businesses and people who are ordering big orders, that's when they hit your phone. And we did $41.50 in total on DoorDash for the morning, 9:30 to 1:30, and $34 Uber Eats for about $75 for 4 hours of work. Nothing to write home about, but we are grateful for it. And I will see you in the next one.